Welcome to Saultsports TV. I'm Tony Bonifero. We're back. We've taken some time off with COVID, and there were some health issues going on, so we had a little bit of a break, but we're back. We're excited to do this again. We want to keep featuring local programs, and we want to keep featuring local athletes, and especially things that are new to the sports scene. And that's kind of what leads us here today. I'm joined by Gary Knox, who is the president of the Valhalla Strongman Club here in Sault Ste. Marie. And he's going to be hosting the Valhalla's Mightiest 22 at Rebel Gym coming up this spring. So, Gary, welcome. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me on, Tony.
Absolutely. So Strongman has become increasingly popular over the years, right? On an international stage, and more so especially in North America and Canada.
Absolutely.
Where did your passion kind of for Strongman come?
Well, I mean, it's a long story, really. When I was a kid, in the 90s, me and my dad used to watch the reruns of World's Strongest Men on TSN. And then, I guess probably 5 or 6 years ago, I saw a documentary on Netflix about Eddie Hall, who's a very prominent strongman, won World's Strongest Man in 2017. And then I kind of didn't do much with it, and then I started working out. My oldest daughter was in competitive gymnastics at the Y, so I had to be there for 3 times a week for 2.5 hours or so. So I figured I might as well do that, and I started working out. And I think that Christmas I got farmers handles, which that's an event where it's a long bar with a handle in the middle, and you put weights on each end and you walk with it. You lift it up and walk with it. So I got that, and then started training with that. Then for my birthday, I got a log bar, which is a barbell that's shaped like a log. So my first one was 10 inches around, metal, weighs about 80 pounds, and then you add more weight. And then I was using that. This was when COVID first started too. I would have got that the month before COVID started, and then that summer. I saw that there was a guy in Timmins selling Atlas stones. So Atlas stones are big concrete balls. That's what they are. That's the only way to describe them. And you either lift them up from the ground, either over a bar or onto a platform. So we now have 6 Atlas stones ranging between 180 and 430 pounds. And when I talked to that guy some more, he had a lot more equipment. He had a rope to do truck pulls, things like that, a couple more log bars, an axle bar, which is like a barbell, except for the sleeves don't spin, and it's about 2 inches across instead of so it can be used for grip events as well as deadlift, kind of like a normal deadlift or a raised deadlift. I got even more things from him, and then I was, got all this stuff. I was like, well, maybe I could get some guys together. And then that summer, we actually at Rebel Gym outside, we started having, I got in touch with some people got in touch with me. I posted, on social media, and I had a few people get in touch with me, and a few of the guys, Adam and Jared and Nate, who came out that first time, are still group members. We've kind of slowly built up our membership. We started then in the winter. We started doing it in a friend's garage, and then this past summer I moved to a new house. I've got a 26 by 40 foot garage. That's come this spring, once I get everything out of it, will be essentially just a dedicated gym. And the amount of equipment I have now is just it's incredible. All of it. I've got harnesses for multiple harnesses for truck pulls. We've had guys competing at the provincial level. So we have a group of 8 or 9 guys right now. A really good group of guys. I mean, it's more than just a club. Like, we're all really good friends, and we all support each other. So it's been great.
Yeah, so you kind of talked about the growth of Valhalla over the years, right, and kind of how it's progressed. So you talk about, a solid, would you say 8 or 9 athletes that participate. Kind of talk about what a training session looks like when you are training.
So, I mean, if so for a Strongman Saturday or Strongman Sunday, whatever week it is, and whatever works for everyone, because we have half our guys are shift workers. We would typically do about 3 events. So it could be something. We would often have a moving event, so we could be doing farmer's carry, the yoke, which is a kind of an apparatus where there's 2 uprights and a crossbar, and you kind of squat it up off the ground and walk with it. I know the last competition that the guys were in the heaviest weight with that was, I think, 770 pounds or something really heavy. A moving event like that, there's more, but I can't get
No, yeah, absolutely.
A moving event, an overhead event, because overhead pressing is really big in Strongman. So there's the log bar, there's the axle barbell press, there's something called the Viking press, and one of our favorites is a circus dumbbell.
Yeah.
It's a dumbbell, you lift it from the ground to over your head, ours weighs, I think, 135 pounds empty.
Oh, wow.
And yesterday, or the day before, this weekend was the Arnold Classic Strongman Competition, which is one of the biggest there is. And for reps, like not just one, they were doing 275 pounds. So that's one hand from the ground over their head, 275 pounds. Yeah.
Good for them. So we've talked a lot about strongman, right? And obviously, when you think of strongman, you think of the big strongman competition. But what's really starting to generate a lot of popularity as well is the females who compete in the strong woman competition. Do you have any women that are part of Valhalla?
We don't have any women in Valhalla at this point, but that's not to say we would never in the future. We do have 9 or 10 women signed up for the competition, though. Something I've always been interested in is kind of starting a second group, just because, 8 or 9 people working out in my gyms a lot, but just with work and kids and everything, and planning the event, it's really busy right now, so that's on the horizon, I hope, but no immediate plans for that.
Fair enough.
And there's Canadian strong. Sorry for
no.
But there's a couple excellent Canadian strong women. Melissa Peacock, and Samantha Beliveau, who competed at the Arnold Women's yesterday, the amateur, I think. And she'll be there with her boyfriend Max Boudreau, who competed at the Arnold Pro Strongman competition. But that went from Friday to yesterday, and actually he finished 6th, which is incredible because there's 10 people invited. He was very close to the podium, actually. I think only 4 or 5 points away. But yeah, he's going to be coming to the contest as well. Him and Sam will be at the contest. They're the Strongman Corporation Canada representatives. Strongman Corporation Canada is new. Strongman Corporation is kind of one of the main, governing bodies in the United States for strongman, and they've come to Canada now, and this competition is sanctioned by them.
And he came 3rd, I believe you said, in the World's Strongest Man last year, which is extremely impressive. So to have someone of that magnitude coming to your first ever show, that's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And the first show I ever participated in was September of 2020, and it was a show that he put on, actually, in Thunder Bay. Him and Sam are coming from Thunder Bay. We have other competitors from Thunder Bay, Southern Ontario, as far as Ottawa.
That's amazing. So talk about a few people that are going to be competing from Valhalla. Some of the competitors, some of their strengths, and some of the events to really pay attention to. Yeah, we have 6 guys signed up. We have 2 in novice lightweight male. That's Parker and Jordan. They're young and hungry, and they've always been training hard. In under 105 kilogram, we have Jared Musgrove, who's moving up a weight class, actually. So he's going to be putting on a bit of weight between now and then, and
doesn't have to watch his diet so much
Yeah.
or cut any water before the competition. But yeah, Jared's a beast. I've seen him do, pull-ups with, I think, weighted pull-ups with 100 pounds of weight, and he's got a motor that just doesn't stop. Also competing at 105 is Scott Dinter. I think he's gonna do really well nationally this year.
Okay.
He's extremely strong. He competed a couple weeks ago at a competition in the Pro-Am category. So he's a step below heavyweight, and then Pro-Am is kind of he's under 105 kilogram. Then a step above that is heavyweight. Then there's Pro-Am.
Okay.
And he finished 5th out of 9 or 10 in the Pro-Am category. So I think he'll do great. In heavyweight competing, we have Lance Gingras, who's, I think, 23, and who over the last year and a half has just made huge gains in power. I think he's going to be one to watch in the future for sure. I think within a few years, he'll definitely be, the top 3 in the national amateur championships.
Wow.
And Nate Edwards is signed up. He came second at provincials last year with kind of minimal preparation. Went down last minute and just barely came second to the guy who ended up winning nationals. So I think, I think he wasn't able to go to nationals this year. Just, they were in Fort McMurray, so it's pretty, it's tough to get there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, for sure.
And getting more time off of work. But this year, the Strongman Corporation Canada Nationals are in Thunder Bay, so I'm really hoping that that we have a few guys. If we have any guys going, I'll be going as well. I haven't competed this year. I had some injuries and health issues, so I'm just trying to kind of recover and get back to where I was, and maybe go down a weight category.
Yeah.
But yeah, the nationals, I think we're going to have a couple guys that are going to do very well nationally this year. Which means, and if you win nationals, or I think it's maybe top 2 at nationals, you get an invitation to compete at the Arnold Amateur Strongman in Columbus, Ohio. So I'd really love to see a couple guys get down there. But yeah, Nate's deadlifted 800 pounds. He's overhead pressed over 400 pounds.
Wow.
He's since he's really kind of dedicated himself to strongman, he's done some incredible things.
Are you going to compete?
No.
At your first event?
Way too busy. Way too busy. With everything. I've been so nervous about. I've never done anything like this before.
Absolutely.
I've never organized anything, so I just wanted to. I kind of picked events and structured things so that it would be simple, as simple as I could this year, and then I'm hoping next year we can kind of go with some more complicated events. Do things like, for instance, everyone loves to do like max weight, deadlift max instead of deadlift for reps. So instead of putting 500 pounds on the bar for heavyweight, I think we're 585, and that's for reps. So I mean, we'll have guys doing that for 10 probably.
Cool.
But a lot of people like just kind of start at 500 and then keep adding weight and then see who
maxes out.
Who has the highest in the end. But that just takes a lot of time too. And more volunteers. But a lot of athletes have said they're excited about the events selection. So I'm pretty excited about that too.
So you said there's 5 events, right?
Yes.
So can you just you don't have to go through great detail, but what are the 5 events that you selected?
So there's going to be deadlift for reps. That's with an axle bar. So like I said earlier, it's a really thick bar. Yeah. You can use straps to hold on to it. So it's not a grip dominant event. But yeah, that deadlift for reps. And then we'll have a farmers and yoke medley. So they're going to do the farmers walk, about 40 feet and then take the yoke back.
Yeah.
And then we have log press for reps.
Yeah.
And then bag over bar. So that's sand. that's one of the funnest events to watch.
Yeah.
And to practice.
I love that
it's,
one.
yeah, it's a sandbag. It's, I don't know, a smaller sandbag with a handle, and you just throw it over a 15-foot crossbar.
Yeah.
So there will be 5 bags per person, and they've just got to get it over that crossbar as fast as they can.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty fun.
That was 4, I think.
Yep, that was 4. And then
there's
last
one more.
is the Atlas Stones.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So they'll have 75 seconds to get, the Atlas Stone over the bar of the yoke as many times as you can. So for men, I think we're 52 inches off the ground.
Okay.
Women, 48 inches.
Fair
But
enough.
that's one of the funnest events for sure.
All right, I think I got 8 rapid fire questions for you here.
Okay.
So, what's your favorite event?
Deadlift. Everyone will say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite event?
Log.
Yeah.
My my log clean is awful. Like getting it off the ground to my chest is awful. Log is my worst event by far, and I should practice it more, but I don't.
Fair enough. In today's market, can someone make a career as a strongman?
Yes, but there's probably about 10 people in the world who can do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think a lot of them, to make a career out of strongman winnings, virtually impossible.
Wow.
It's virtually impossible.
Fair enough.
But with YouTube, social media,
open your own gym, those types of things.
Personal training, online training is huge for a lot of the big guys, and endorsements, things like that.
Fair enough. What motivates you to do strongman?
I like being strong.
Yeah.
I like it feels good to be strong, and I think that's probably the main thing anyone in my group would say. Yeah. It feels good to be strong. Yeah. To know that, pretty much everyone out there, you're stronger than them. Yeah. It's a great feeling.
That'd be a great shirt, actually. Nicest guy at Valhalla?
Rob Major. Rob Major, for sure.
Strongest legs at Valhalla?
Nate. Nate Edwards with me, I think, in a close second.
Strongest arms?
Nate Edwards. For sure.
Best motivator?
Oh, Rob Major, for sure.
If Goodall and Coos were both to compete in one strongman event, who would win?
Probably Kuzlino, because Goodall's got a bad back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So take the bad back issue out. I think it's pretty close.
Okay, fair enough. Final question, and we ask this of anyone who ever comes on our show. So if the Knox family is ordering pizza one night, where are they ordering pizza from in Sault Ste. Marie?
Sandro's.
Sandro's. That's a vote for Sandro's.
Extra sauce, extra cheese.
Oh, that's great.
Sausage on half, cheese the other half.
We have a poll going for all of our guests, so that's a vote for Sandro's. So, 2 other quick things. If people are interested in joining Strongman and getting more involved, how can they contact you? How can they register for the event? Those types of things.
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram. It's Valhalla Power Strongman, and the page for the event on Facebook is Valhalla's Mightiest 2022. They can contact me through either one of those.
Perfect. And we'll share a link on Saultsports' website. Saultsports will be broadcasting the event live. So that's going to be that's an exciting thing that we're excited to be a part of as well, and we're going to be hosting and emceeing the event as well. So we're really excited to be a part of this. And Gary, you know what? It's great that you're doing this. It's nice that we're bringing more events here to Sault Ste. Marie, and especially over the last couple of years, it's nice that there's different options, right, for people to do things. So thank you so much. If people want to if people want to sponsor, can they just reach out to you as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're happy to have as many sponsors as we can. One big thing is, sponsors for the athlete gift bags. I'm trying to make this the best competition I can, because I want to come back bigger and better next year. So we have some sponsors that are, giving us gifts to put in the athlete bags to go along with their shirts. So yeah, that's one particular thing that we're looking for.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for doing this. Congratulations on the success, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much, Tony.